Audio morning brief for the U.S. stock market. I'm Rich Potts for Critical Point. It is Thursday, and it's 8:33 a.m. Eastern Time, and it's February 27th. We're winding down the month. Okay, this morning brief, I'll keep it as fast as I can. I'm doing the weekly update. It is 50 minutes long, but at the beginning, I did a little something different with the snapshot. I tried to not talk of my opinion or of news or some of the analysis, just the signals. Then I started over and take you from short term to long term and talk about anything and everything I want. And towards the end, I did put up some charts and snapshots of various information I'm looking at. Okay, here's the lowdown of what's going on here. The morning briefing. The model is suggesting level 4 bottom yesterday, not the prior day. It's suggesting the top was just ahead of it instead of afterwards. And this is suggesting it ought to move higher now into next week for level 3. And the level 4s will cause zigzags up and down along the way. Now, the model is still warning, however, that now into early next week, the market could set back before going higher. So it's still early calling this bottom. It's a little flaky. I don't know how much to trust that. I don't know why last night I even went back and looked up 1987 during the crashing moment and found a level 3 bottom during a 5-week nonstop drop in the stock market, and found a level 3 bottom like halfway, and it was only about a 2-day blip up and then down. It just simply didn't work. And it's making me nervous that something could give way, that this thing's just going to fall apart right into late March, early April, okay? And yet it doesn't have to. Things are getting more negative all the while on the economic fundamental data, in my opinion. We now have the yield curve back to inverted, so people are talking about, is that a sign of a recession? But they're also reminding themselves it didn't work in 2022, and I correctly said it would not, that we were not going to have a recession. And I don't know how much to trust at this time, and it's just getting started. But it's something else on top of everything else, is we're building more and more negative stuff than we are building positive. And in my opinion, we're actually losing positive. So people are getting more and more concerned of what's going on. But ideally, what will occur is next week we'll see the market had picked its head up. And I'd like to think it's going up from now into next week, or sometime this week into next week. It may be down instead and then just blip up next week. That's probably going to be another sell, because I think we're inside of a larger down move into late March, April, and there can be a huge amount of downside as well as something small. It's all over the map because all this news and information and all these different traders, they're all over the map, okay? So what I find is that the market may be able to blip up to about 6,100 in the S&P 500 cash, but I don't think it'll do any better than that by next week. And we've got to find this floor. If it goes through the lowest price of this week, we know we haven't found it. If it does it this week, and we may have to throw another dart for a level 3 bottom, but I'm going to be nervous if it does that. Maybe it isn't worth trying to pick that bottom. We ought to worry, is this a nonstop train down to late March, early April? But at any rate, I think it's trying to find its feet here, and that's your morning brief, is hopefully it's finding its feet for a level 3 bottom. If it can go above yesterday's high, that will be encouraging. Cash and futures and all 3 indexes, you need them all. Watch those 40, 50-day, 100-day moving averages. The 5-day moving averages are very, very important right now, because if this market can't hold there, they may be heading on down to a 200-day moving average. It's like 5,700 on the S&P 500, okay? So what I think we're going to see is this blip up, and then it's just going down some more until late March, April. So that's my forecast. Time for it to go up today into tomorrow for level 4s. Don't know how accurate that's going to be. It's a little flaky because the level 4s the last 2 days acted a little bit different than we thought, but didn't do any harm. And hopefully the level 3 is up into next week, and then it's going to be down probably the following week. And we're going to see that zigzag lower with the possibility it just wants to go straight down for some reason. And we just have to look for that next most important bottom late March, April, and make an evaluation. What does that mean on a longer term basis? I think that some of the outside markets, like the foreign stock markets, are ready to set back as well to kind of be in line with the U.S. All right, that's your morning brief. Have a great day. Past results and indicative future results. Thank you.